Welcome, welcome. Once again to the self-love. Self-love rules. Self-love rules channel, fam. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. Come on in. Bring your friends. Bring all your kins. Tell them we back on again. What's happening, fam? What's happening? Listen. Hey, I was led. I was gonna take a couple days and just kind of relax a little bit and recharge myself, but I find myself back on again. I find myself back on again. Okay, so I'm here. I believe it's my intuition. It never steers me wrong. So I trust my higher self right now, and I find myself before you all again. But first, let me show you all this scenery right here, fam. Let me show you all this scenery right here. It's beautiful, fam. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna enjoy this while I can right now. Today, bring everybody in, family. We got a real interesting program today. Something that's really close to my heart. Gonna be some real healing for myself, being that it hits close to home for me. So we'll bring everybody in. I'll wait. Y'all go get everybody. We gonna talk to the children. We gonna talk to the parents. We talking to everybody today, family. We talking to everybody. So go get them in. We're gonna go down this for a little bit. I got a few notes here, and we're gonna just go ahead and talk about something a little bit, so we can kind of get an understanding of what's going on in our world that was created for us. Yeah. First of all, I want to talk about. I'm just gonna try to breeze through this, fam, and get through this as quick as I can, because it's really touching on some things that may hit real close to home, and we don't want to go too deep in these things, because once again, fam, keep in mind, I'm not here. This channel is not to convince anybody. This channel is not to try to change anybody or fix anybody. It's to really point out our awareness of what may be going on in this world. Okay. What may be going on in our homes, in our minds, in our hearts. Just another perspective of what may be happening. Okay, so it came to me that what's my purpose? What was my purpose? Why am I here? What did I come to do? Okay, and I did some real soul searching, family, and it came to me that, I told y'all before, like I asked as a child to really be an example. I wanted to be an example and be someone that others can, look to for answers. That lighthouse in the middle of the storm, you know what I mean? Where boats can come in and others can come in and see how to make their way in, to safety, basically. Okay, I asked that as a child, and like I said, family, it came with some growing pains, but I'm here. I made it here. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And so what I realized is that my purpose was basically to be a voice for children, possibly. Because I was a child that had, I had some questions and I had some things that were going on, and I shut down. I kept everything in, and basically, I believe that my purpose, and I believe that divine sent me back along with the 144,000 of us and some more to bring back balance in a world that needed order to be restored. Okay? And at the end of the day, family, keep in mind, you know, we got to understand that everybody here in this world right now is playing their part. I don't care if it's, you know, we doing this, we doing that, and we doing this. Everybody is playing their part within the divine, and it's all unconditional love, family. You know, I believe we gotta keep in mind that when I went looking for that divine within myself, see, I didn't go outside of myself. I didn't go inside of a book that was telling me anything. I went inside myself to find that divine within myself, realizing that the divine within me is not like the divine that was in a book. The God that was in a book, it was doing some things that it really traumatized me as a child, family. To make things simple, okay. You know, it did some things. You know, I was like I said before. You know, this God inside that book was doing some conditional things. You know, it was like, hey, look, if you do this, you gonna be in a fire lake and this and that, whatever. If you do this, you do this and that, whatever. That seemed like conditional love to me. See, that divine that's it within me said, listen, my ways is not like man-made ways. Okay, that don't have, my ways is not like, you know, my love is unconditional. And so that made me realize that showed me that, wait a minute, that's something a little bit different there, okay? Because like I said before, family, and I got to come to you all as from a child's point of view, because see, I was a child. And when I was a child, you know, like I said, I used to wake up in some cold sweats, because the book that I was handed, it was telling me some things that shocked me as a kid. It was telling me some things that, you know, I was going to get put in the fire lake if I did this, I did that. And then as I started reading more inside that book, you know, I started going back in some other pages. Deuteronomy was one of those pages, and I started seeing some things that this particular God was doing and saying about taking out cities and taking this person and taking these women and taking them back to do this and taking all the goods and bringing it back to me and all this. And I really didn't understand any of that, family. As a child, I didn't understand any of that. But now when I began to wake up as a child in cold sweats and everything like that, scared, 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody was sound asleep. But I was afraid, jumping on my knees, because I was imagining that I was inside of a lake. I was inside this fire lake, because this God that was in a book, he was torturing me and everything like that, family. And the thing is, I didn't have, who do I go to talk to as a child? Because the ones that I trusted the most and the ones that I loved the most, I couldn't go to them, because every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, they were praising and worshiping this God that was in a book, this being that I thought was a monster, family. Okay? I thought was a monster because it was different for me as a kid. You know, if I was today to go give a book to a child and tell them, or write in there that I'm gonna throw you in a fire lake or do all this other kind of stuff and this and that, whatever, I may get the police called on me, family. Okay, that God that was in that book, basically, there's some things going on with that over there, fam. You know, that God actually should be locked up somewhere from the stuff that I was reading as a child. You know, but like I said, You know, the ones that I love the most, I couldn't go to them because, you know, they were singing Godspell songs that they were giving their hearts and sacrificing their souls and everything like that to this being that I thought was actually wanting to torment children, wanted to throw people in this for saying a curse word. And like I said, fam, you know, after a while, as a child, I began to shut down because I started to feel like, wait a minute, you know, if I asked questions about that, about the stuff that I was seeing, I basically was told, well, don't worry about that. Don't look at that. You know, that don't count anymore, kind of stuff. See, as a child, we may not understand that kind of stuff, family. We're pure. Our imaginations are ready to run free, and we're ready. We don't know anything about bad or good or whatever like that. We're being taught this stuff, which may be being handed down to us, and then we become adults, and all kind of things are going on in our relationships and everything because of it, family. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about my experience personally. I'm not trying to change anybody from religion or anything like that or whatever, fam. But what I'm saying is, I'm giving you all facts from receipts from me as a child, what I went through and basically, what I experienced, okay? So nobody can tell me anything that I didn't experience, family. You know what I mean? This is what I went through personally, okay? And then I began to think even the music that I was playing wasn't good enough to play outside of the temples. So I shut that down, family. You see what I mean? Like, I stopped playing even my music when I left the temples. Okay, because after a while, you know, I stayed in there for a certain time because I was under that gospel. I was under that gospel, you know what I mean? So when I decided to get away, I got away from everybody and everything, even those ones that were worshiping that God. I just went away from them and went away quiet and silently, but I loved them so much that I didn't even still want to talk to them about that or anything like that at all, because, you know, it was something. It was a being that they believed in so much that, you know, that it was in their heart already. They had already given up their hearts and their souls to this being. So I basically just, you know, I had to go somewhere else and go figure things out and try to figure some things out for myself. And like I said, fam, when I went away, I didn't go outside. I didn't go outside myself or go looking in a book or anything like that. When the divine that I have within inside of me, I went inside myself. I didn't go outside of myself or anything like that, looking for anybody to save me on a cloud or anything like that, fam. I decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna be silent, and I'm gonna ask a question within myself. Okay? Because I just had an inkling, I had a feeling that everything I needed to know, there was nowhere else, because I had already went outside everywhere else, fam. So I decided to do something different, see? I decided to do something totally different than what I did all my life and what I was told. And stop going outside myself to go to a counselor, go to over here, go over there, go in the book, go on your knees, go do this, do that, whatever, that praying to a God that was in a book. I decided to go within myself. And once I started to do that, family, everything changed for me. I did one thing different, and everything changed, fam. So like I said, my purpose, I believe, came here, and there's going to be others that's going to be doing something different to bring balance. But my purpose was to be that voice for that child, those children that may be experiencing and going through the same things that I'm going through. See, so you got to keep in mind, family, that, you know, like I said, my music suffered. My confidence was broken. You know, I began to want to people please. I started feeling like I wasn't good enough, feeling unappreciated, unloved. In all my relationships, a lot of these things, troubles and everything like that started to go on. See, this stuff can start gravitating into something else. You know what I mean? When you go when you start going down in the shadows, because you start feeling like you got nobody to talk to anymore, and things are being pushed on you that you can't really understand as a child. Okay, and this is just one avenue, family. So like I said, I'm not trying to break it or stop anybody from religion or anything like that. I'm just expressing the story. I'm expressing my life story and what I experienced as a child, my receipts. Okay, that's what I'm talking about right now, fam. So, and yeah, and so like I was saying, and at the end of the day, it was like, you know, and in this particular book, you know, this book was talking about, you know, King James. As I got old, I started doing some research. I started looking at who is this king? Who is this king and this James with all these different versions and all this other kind of stuff of a book. But the thing is, I never met this king person. They never came to dinner and told me anything like that. What if that particular king was to come over to my house and tell me, hey, look, you know, we gonna change a few things around and kill your firstborn, take out your firstborn child or whatever like that. Would I do that? You know, I had to think about, wait a minute, I never really met this person or whatever like that. Why am I going by something that somebody else wrote that I never even met? Okay, but everybody telling me just believe in it because this is what you're supposed to do. See, that's why I said, fam, you know, when we start to believe stuff that we've been handed down and everything that's been going down from generation to generation, we start to fall up under the master plan, family. Like I try to tell you, you know, you got to understand that these masters of this plan that made themselves gods of that chessboard. Hey, like I'm telling you, fam, this is what I would do. This is exactly what I would do. I would finagle some stuff, change a few things around, get a book that was probably an ancient text that was meant for good, make a copy of it, turn it into something, a little slip of the wrist, change a few things around, make myself the God of your world, change it all around, you know, and at the end of the day, fam, like I told you, free will is ours, but there's laws in the universe. You got to understand. We all playing our part, and some of us are playing some parts that's real bad, fam. Okay, some of us are playing our parts that are real bad. And when they coming up with these plans and making themselves the God, they say, look, they know the laws of the universe, and they cannot take free will. You got to give that up. You got to give that up, fam. And if they find ways and trick ways that get you to take them drinks, you're going to give up your free will. You're going to stand in line to vote and everything else for them drinks, okay? That's how it goes, fam. That's how it goes over here. All right, so like I said, that free will thing, you got to get that up, you know. And that's what a lot of us are doing. You know what I mean? We're being tricked into giving up our free will to this being that's talking about tormenting people and all this kind of stuff, family. You know, that doesn't really, as a child, that doesn't really sound like a loving being. Okay, that sounds like somebody that, you know, that sound like a man to me, fam. That sound like somebody got some tendencies, some narcissistic tendencies, something like that, or whatever like that. That sound like some man-made. That sounds like some man-made stuff going on now, fam. You gotta think, what if? You ain't gotta take my word for it, fam. You gotta do the research for yourself. You gotta think, what if, fam? Because like I said, if you don't ask them questions and you just start believing everything that you're being told and that's being handed down, you know, you falling right into the hands of the master plans of the gods of that chessboard. Like I told y'all. Fam, I'm not falling for it no more. I'm not falling for it anymore over here, fam. Hey, the enemy will come to kill, steal, and destroy, and trick in any way, and confuse in any way that it can. They playing their part out, family. Hey, look, it's all unconditional love. It ain't nobody to blame. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming no parents. I'm not blaming anything, fam. Because see, the divine has given me healing for myself. See, The divine is giving me healing. And so I'm at peace, family. You see what I mean? I didn't go into a book outside of myself, anything like that. Because when I was going outside of myself, I didn't have peace, family. You know, I had problems in my relationships. I had all kind of stuff going on. I walked away from my kids. I was having issues that I didn't even know what was going on inside me, family. You see how this goes? This is what I'm talking about, family. I was sent here to help bring families back together. To help parents understand what may be going on, what tricks when illusions may be going on with my voice, to use my voice to speak up for those that can't use their voice right now, that may be shutting down in those shadows, those children that went through the same things that I went through. Okay, and those children become adults, teenagers. They got to go to schools and everything like that are still within the system. You know, you got to understand, the plan is meant for all of that to be in the system. You know, to include the schools, the temples, the hospitals, the government. Everything was meant inside the plan, family. All of it's there on the chessboard. Go check it out. Don't take my word for it, fam. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. You know, if I'm not making no sense, just say what if. Okay? Just say what if. What if my child is actually going through those kind of things because I'm pushing something on them? No matter what, I'm pushing something on them that I don't realize that may not be exactly what it is. And keep in mind, anytime you go outside yourself for any type of information, fam, remember, it may be subject to illusions and confusions. All right? And it may be coming from the person. And like I told y'all, fam, what if your enemy was trying to give you 2 drinks? Keep in mind, I said enemy, fam. I said enemy, okay? Keep that in mind. You don't want to be taking nothing for, you know, you want to go this way, fam. Don't fall for the tricks of what they doing on the chess. You know, get off that chessboard. We let them know, look, we not playing that game anymore. We done with that game. We stopping all that. You know, we love our kids enough to say, you know what? I'm gonna check myself. I'm gonna check my ego, you know, at the door, and ask what if for my child. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, fam. I'm not coming to y'all as an adult. I'm coming to y'all as that inner child within myself that put up all those walls, you know, want to hide from the world, suppress all my talents and everything like that because I ain't felt like I was good enough. You know, I was told, you know, you bad, and if you bad, this was gonna happen to you. You know, judging this and judging that or whatever like that. But I thought that you're not really supposed to be judging. That's what it said in the book. You know, but if somebody do this and they do that, isn't that judging, fam? That seems like it's judging to me. So, you know, like I said, as a child, we get confused with all that kind of stuff, family. You know what I mean? And like I said, fam, like, you know, my top 3 things, one of my things was to really, you know, talk to kids, wanted to work with the kids and everything like that, fam. And I think that was because, and that's why the divine put me to be able to make this channel and do what I'm doing, because I was going to have that voice for children because of what I went through. And I started to realize, fam, that like I said, the divine has given me that healing that I needed. And all those things that I went through, all that pain, all the stuff that's why there's nobody to blame, family, because these things that I went through, all of these experiences was to help me evolve to become this person that I am today, to help bring back balance within this world. A world where everybody has free will. They got free will to be bad or good. Okay? So keep that in mind, fam. It's not like, you know, everybody is playing out their parts, and some of us are playing out our parts very well. Some of us are playing out our part very well, fam. And let me tell you, like I told y'all, if I had some narcissistic tendencies and I was way outside myself, and I had all the money in the world, I'm gonna get with another group of individuals, and we gonna devise a master plan to confuse, to torment, and to trip up everybody we can in this world to become the gods of this world, okay? And have that power over this world. And I don't care how we do it. We gonna make a book up. We gonna tell y'all this. We gonna tell y'all that. We gonna do stuff within your schools. We gonna do stuff within the government. We gonna do stuff everywhere. You know, we gonna turn every stone, because, like I told y'all, this is gonna be a master plan. You know, and we'll beat it in you, and we'll enslave you until you take this book, until you make a choice from us torturing you. Okay, we're gonna hang you up over here, and we're gonna put you on boats, and we're gonna spread you out everywhere, whatever like that. We're gonna make you slaves and everything like that until you take this book and become everything that we need you to be. Okay, so that's what it comes down to, you know. And now you're gonna give up your, and now you're gonna still voluntarily give up your free will. See, like I said, you know, I'm gonna know the laws of the universe, and I'm gonna know that I can't take your free will from you. But if I torture you and I enslave you enough, you're gonna give that up yourself. You're gonna take this book, and you're gonna pass down me being your God down to your kids and your kids' kids, until everybody forget and believe that this it. They gonna worship me, and they gonna sing to me, and they gonna keep giving their free will up to me, fam. This how it goes. This what was given to me, fam. This what was given to me. Like I told y'all, that child went looking for answers within itself. That child went looking for answers within itself, family. I didn't go anywhere outside of no book or anything like that, and go on anybody's chessboard. Okay? Like I told y'all, fam, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. You know, I'm not gonna play fair. I'm not gonna play fair, family. You know what I mean? Everybody, ain't nobody safe. It ain't nobody gonna be safe, fam. All right? I'm gonna get everybody to fall for my illusions. And like I said, I'm gonna get you when you I'm gonna know the laws of the universe, and I'm gonna get you from birth, on that birth certificate and everything else. And I'm gonna find a way to get around that law of the universe. I'm gonna find a way to get you in capital letters and everything like that, to make you my goods and not an actual human being. Do the research, fam, in these courtrooms and everything like that. Legal documents, all that. I'm gonna make sure that I get you. You're going to be a bond. You're going to be a B-O-N-D, a bond. You're going to be mine. You know, my goods. I'm going to find a way around that law of the universe, from the real, from the creator, from the real creator, the divine itself. I'm going to find a way as the little God, to be the gods of this world. Okay? That's what I would do, fam. Don't let them fool you, family. We're not falling for these illusions anymore. We're not falling for these illusions we're not falling for them, fam. You know, we right now. But like I said, family, we not gonna blame anybody. I'm not on here to blame my parents, not to blame the religion or anything like that, fam. What I'm pointing out over here, fam, is looking at things from another point of view, to understand that we're all playing our parts in this world. And order is being restored right now by the divine, okay? By the true creator of the universe, okay? Not somebody outside ourselves or somebody in a book, anything like that or whatever. Order is being restored, okay? And that's what's happening right now, family, you know. And there's more of us right now that are playing their roles within the divine. You know, the divine doesn't need help or any assistance of saving anybody or anything like that. Okay? Our voices right now are being used not to convince anybody to be this or be that, but to point out something and bring light to an idea, to an illusion, to point light to something that may not be exactly what you thought it was. Okay, and look, fam, I know this is a sensitive subject. Okay, there's gonna be some people they not gonna really be able to handle what's coming out of my mouth right now. But like I said, family, I'm coming to y'all from a place of a child. Okay, this ain't got nothing to do with me. This ain't got nothing. This is bigger than me. Okay, this is much bigger than me, family. I'm coming to y'all because I got receipts, because I was a child. And like I said, fam, I woke up, you know, it wasn't good, family. And all that stuff got passed down into my life. And like I said, I passed that down to my children. I walked out of their life, family, not even understanding why I'm not even, and I love my children. But see, when you feel like you're not good enough, even as a child, you grow up as an adult, still that inner child feels like it's not good enough, not even good enough for his children. And now those children are going to suffer because they couldn't figure out why their dad did this, and they're going to try to do the best they can to not be that same way that their dad was, but they're still operating out of a fear-based survival mode. And they're going to pass that down to their children, not knowing that they're still passing something down. And like I said, family, that's what the master plan may have been all about, to continue that fear all the way down these generations. And that's what we're doing on this channel right here, family. We breaking that chain. We breaking that chain. I'm breaking that generational curse, and I'm providing generational wealth now for my family and for my children to understand why their dad did what he did, and why their dad had to go through what he had to go through. You know, because their dad had to be a voice for other children right now, and to come back at this time and let them know that, you know, to ask them for their forgiveness for my part that I played within this whole thing, you know, because I love my children, okay? And they deserve an explanation as to why their dad did what he did, okay? And this is why I wanted to come here and let my children know that their dad had a purpose. Their dad came back to this world and chose a particular family to trigger me to go through certain pains and certain things, so it can help me remember why I came here to create balance back in this world, okay? And they chose me as their parents for whatever reason their purpose is going to be, okay? They may not remember that, but they chose me as their dad, maybe because they were going to go through some things and they were going to hear me explain what happened to me, and they were going to go off and do something spectacular in their life, because their dad gave them a reason and gave them an explanation of why things went the way that it did, and why I couldn't come to them before, you know. And that's simply because I didn't know why I was experiencing those things, and why I was walking away, and why I was having issues in my relationship, and why my finances was suffering. I had no idea that, you know, when I was getting prayed for by my parents that meant well, they were praying to a God that was in a book, and I was actually, and it actually may have been going against me, because the divine that was within me wasn't agreeing with that God in that book that they were praying to, that person that I thought was a monster. So they were actually putting a God spell on me, basically. Okay? So, you know, without knowing it. Okay? So that's, you know, that may have been what was going on with me, family, and all this stuff that was going on. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just shedding light. The divine has done some real healing for me, fam. Okay? So that's why I'm able to come here right now at this particular time and voice this and say and tell what's on my heart right now, because we're just shedding light on everything right now, family. You know what I mean? We're just shedding some light on some things, and sometimes, you know, we may not be aware of these things that are going on with our children and everything like that, family. But, you know, we're shedding the light on these kind of things right now, family, and we're pointing out these illusions and everything like that may be going on, because, like I said, some of us are playing our parts very well on this planet, family, and the divine has come to bring order back in this world and to break these illusions that are going on. And I was called to be one voice within this time, and at this time in this book, in this revelation, in these revelations, to bring back judgment and bring back order back within this world, okay, family? And like I say, you know, we always gonna have to check ourselves, fam, you know, because of pride and ego and being arrogant and everything like that, family. So I realized that, listen, I should be proud of myself for my accomplishments and things that I've overcome and everything like that. But you know, when we go too far and get outside of our pride, then that becomes arrogant, family. Okay, so that's what we want to be able to check. You know what I mean? When it comes down to that, you know. So, you know, I'm not gonna get outside myself and think that I know this and I know that or whatever like that, because we're not doing that over here, family. What we're doing over here is we're being proud of ourselves and we're loving ourselves enough to know what we deserve and know what our worth is, and put that ego aside. We putting that ego aside and we're letting that inner child come out right now. We're expressing ourselves right now, fam. And that's what we're doing over here on this channel, family. We're shedding light on a lot of things that are going on, you know what I mean, on that chessboard right now, family. And we're gonna cut these ties and we're gonna break this generational curse, family. We're gonna come back to loving ourselves and we're gonna change this world. And we're gonna start with our children. That's gonna be the next generation. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create generational wealth and we're gonna change this world, family. One child at a time, okay? So that's what we're doing right now, fam. That's what we're doing. Hit that like button. Subscribe, leave a comment. Appreciate y'all time. I want to thank the divine for wisdom. And I'm going to see y'all next time, family. Let that sink in. Go give your children a hug. We bringing families together, family. We not falling for the illusions anymore of wanting to break up happy homes and everything like that, fam. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing over here, okay? And we're going to spread that love around this world. I love y'all. See y'all soon.